Hi everyone, it's Koinzell here. So today we are going to do how should I put it, a pre-cop video where we are trying to guess what will be the next updates for you guys in BDM Global since we just entered into the month of May 2020. So let's see, based on the previous changes that we had around the same time in the Taiwan server, I'm going to just quickly go through. Actually, I can't quickly go through because there's quite a lot of content to go through. So I'm going to go through all the different possible updates that you guys will be getting. Now, do bear in mind that these are just guesses and predictions. Now, while they may be slightly more accurate because of the fact that I have a reference, which is the Taiwan server previous updates, I also take into consideration what you guys have and don't have right now as well. But bear in mind that I'm not Pair Abyss, so whatever I share may not be necessarily 100% accurate. But that's why I'm going to share what I think will be coming in the next 1 to 2 months, so that I broaden the range of the updates itself. Right? Because, for example, Pearl Abyss may not necessarily follow the same order that they have in Taiwan server in terms of updates to apply to you guys. The best example I would say is the Merchant Tree, because Merchant Tree really came very early for you guys. I already covered that in my previous video. It's likely a move to appease the F2P players after a so-called pay-to-win update. Now, let's go dive right in. So I'm going to talk on the most sensitive subject, which is the BBDR map. Essentially, that's the Secret Shoes Fortress, the 7k CP map that you guys have gotten. Unfortunately, I'm in Banquet now, I can't show you guys that. But effectively, right, I just want to say that if you guys are getting a new zone, which you will definitely get in the next 1 to 2 months, it will be of 2 different types. One, the very first type is the Valencia West. So Valencia West itself is here. Oh wait, hang on. Let me just put it to sleep mode first. So this is Valencia West, and the first half of it actually. So for us, right, in Taiwan server, when we first got it, it was a whole range like this, and the CP requirement range slowly increases from 4k plus, 5k plus to 6 to 7k here. Okay, so by introducing all these zones, right, they will give a lot more zones for you guys to farm. As I understand from my viewers, right, basically right now the second highest CP map is very congested, while the highest CP map only a few players can really farm in there. So they definitely need to release new zones to elevate this situation. Another possible new zones that they may release is actually the 8k CP and 10k CP map zones, which for us actually came together with the Secret Shoes Fortress. Secret Shoes Fortress for us when we first got it was actually 6k CP. Now you can refer to the top right corner here on a video that I did covering that, and I explained in detail about the 6k, 8k, 10k maps as well, and also touching a bit on Valencia West. So feel free to access the video from the top right corner over here. So that is the case for new zones. Now, other than new zones, what are the other possible updates that you guys can get? One of the second update that I want to talk about, not necessarily the updates I'm talking about will not necessarily be the order in which you guys will get it, but what I think will be coming the next 1 to 2 months. So Red Nose, this is the enriched Red Nose. He's actually a world boss. You'll see here. What he does is to give you the red armor. His drop is the red armor. This is the red crafting item that he drops. Don't be mistaken, this is not a weapon. This is actually a material. And if you see this update, you'll know that actually for us, right, we already had gotten red relic, we already had gotten crafting before all this. So while it's possible for them to give you a new world boss, I would think that it may not be so soon, unless they want to give you a new world boss without these 2 items. Yeah, it's possible. I mean, I can't rule that out, right? Because as far as I can see, BDM Global, the way PA has been handling BDM Global updates, right, is to give you guys later stripped down versions of the content. Like Merchant Tree is really an early access version. So this is the world boss itself, and when you first get it, he will likely be on a Saturday. In fact, when we first got the Raid Boss update, we even got the crafting of the pink weapon. But there is no balance issue here, because the number of materials required is so long that it was way longer after that, before anyone could actually craft pink gear. Okay, so that is the second update I'm talking about, which is the new world boss, the enriched red nose world boss. Now the second one, I think that, sorry, the third update I think that is may be coming, is actually the relic enhancement. As far as I know, right now you guys don't have relic enhancement. You only have just the base relic itself. So it's very likely that you guys will get relic enhancement. They should give you relic enhancement before Red Relic. I've been asking my viewers to save their fragments for Red Relic, and that is indeed the case that they should do. But when relic enhancement comes out, right, there's no harm in spending a bit of your fragments to pump up the relic level, at least to 3 or 4. Just bear in mind that although red relics are very hard to enhance, orange relics are a lot more easier. So you guys, by the time you guys get it, it should be quite alright to enhance it. And just to share a bit, for us in Taiwan server, we actually got the relic enhancement at +3 max cap initially. It was only after that that +3 was increased to +5. If you can see here, yep. So initially it was 3 and then it was 5. So if they release the relic enhancement to you guys, it may be +3. And I would think that the enhancement is more likely to come before the red relic actually. After all, they need to give you a way to spend your orange relics before they actually give you the red relic itself. And no, there's no way to craft red relic using orange relic. It is purely from the relic fragment, from spending relic fragments. Okay. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is the one that I think most players will be looking forward to, which is the red gear crafting. Now, red gear crafting itself, how it works is that, as you can see here, each of the world boss will give you a red material and a yellow material. This is the yellow material. So the red material, basically, you need one of it along with 150 of the yellow material for the weapon and sub-weapons to craft one red weapon. And when you first get the crafting, right, the crafting will be only the weapon, because that is the world boss that you guys have, the first 3 world bosses, Kazaka, Karanda, and the Nova. These 3 world bosses, 2 for weapons, 1 for sub-weapon. And I definitely don't see any harm in them actually releasing this, because it takes time to collect 150 materials. When you guys first hit the world boss, right, they are going to drop 1 to 4 materials depending on how much damage you deal to them, and also an RNG factor to it. So can you imagine one boss you only get 4 material? Given the number of times you can fight a boss, maybe you can get about, I don't know, 10 plus materials a week. Minimally, you still need 8 to 10 weeks to be able to craft a red gear. So that is like 2 months. In those 2 months at the same time, for all you know, they may introduce Shakatu Boutique as well. Now, if you want to know what Shakatu Boutique is, feel free to access the top right corner where I showcase the Shakatu Boutique itself. Okay. So this is the crafting. I definitely don't see any harm in them giving out this update, because like I said, it takes time to craft the materials. I'm actually surprised they still have not released the update itself. Now, let's talk about the next update, next possible update that you guys may get, which to me should be gear enhancement. Now, right now, the gear enhancement that you guys have is, I think it's only up to +35, right, if I'm not wrong. So for us, right, it's slightly different, and I do believe that they will make some adjustments, either for you guys to match us, or they keep it the same, but what I believe is here, it will remain the same, how it is for the Awaken enhancement. So you guys, right, even if they don't give Awaken enhancement resonance, they should at least give up to +40, because that does make a difference in terms of the CP. especially when they give you new zones, right, like the 8k and 10k, right, they will need to give you new ways to get your CP, and that is where the resonance effect comes in. Now, Awaken Enhancement Resonance, how does it work? Basically, the minimum level is at 3. I think you guys call it Tri, T-R-I. And after that, right, it's 3 pieces of Tri and 4 pieces of the Quad before you can reach the 4, VIV. Not quite sure what it's called in your BDM Global. But you have 3 trees and 3 IV, then you will get this bonus. And above, 3 IV and above. Now if you get all IV, then you get this bonus. And you see the pattern is basically like this: 3, 3. 3 of the previous one, 3 of the next tier gets you to the next resonance effect. The full of the next tier gives you the 2 jumps to the next resonance effect, so on and so forth. But my suspicion is that they may not give you VI so soon, because that will break the balance, especially for people like BBDR, who I heard has already gotten all VI. Probably they should at least give up to plus 40, and maybe somewhere like here, VI, so that it's more balanced, so to speak. Okay, now that's the gear enhancement resonance. There should be a CP resonance as well for you guys. So CP resonance itself, remember one of my viewers told me the amount. I can't remember whether it's 4,500 or 5,500, but they should give you the rest of the resonance effects as well. As you can see here, this is branch damage plus 5%, this is AP plus 100, this is AP 50, DP 15, AP 100, 300 HP at 8k. Now the maximum that we have is actually only up to 10k. Yeah, so even in Taiwan server and Korea server, it's only up to 10k right now. Okay, but resonance effect is something that they will probably hold on off a bit. It's as and when they want to give you guys a free CP boost, then they will give it. So it's as simple as that, basically. Okay. Alright, now the next one I want to talk about is the Red Relic itself. Now, I do believe that Red Relic should come out in the next 1 to 2 months, but I will believe that the enhancement should come before that. I don't think they will do enhancement at the same time as the Red Relic. So to me, Relic enhancement is something that should be coming really soon to you guys, within the 1 month, not just 1 to 2 months. In fact, we got Red Relic before we actually got the Red Light Stone. So Red Light Stones are like this. This is the best row in terms of the figure. Whenever you get a 35 and 15, 15, and or 5% here for XP, this is the best row. I'm using plus SP in the Banquet because Banquet has you deal a fixed damage in Banquet anyway. I have a setup with crit damage here. I only do 3 of them with crit damage up to 45% because I have the rest of the crit damage is on my totem. Totem, you can do the enchantment as well, so that's where the rest of my crit damage comes from. There is also full CP if you want. Now the most important thing to me is the Black Spirit energy, Dark Energy XP plus 35%, that's very important. Crystals will help as well, plus 35%, and definitely this helps a lot in your plus enhancement of the gear up to 40. Black Spirit is okay to sacrifice if you can't get a good one. And for us, right, Red Light Stones actually came together with Red Crystals. Let me check if I have any at the moment. Unfortunately, I don't have any Red Crystals right now, so I have to open some of them. Okay, so for Red Crystal, oh wait, actually I can go to the previous patch notes instead. Where's the Red Crystals? Head on. Okay, I found the Red Crystals. Basically, the thing about the Red Crystals, right, is that it's the same. You still get the HP, AP, DP, attack speed, and the movement speed, as well as the crit chance. So the best roll, right, is actually for branch damage is 6%, and the best stat of either the AP or DP is plus 15. So that is the stats you want to look for on your red crystals. For us, we actually got red lightstone and red crystals together at the same time, along with resonance effect for CP. So it is very possible, it's very likely that you guys should be getting this within the next 1 to 2 months. So I've actually gone through quite a bit of content today in terms of the amount of updates that I'm talking about. So let's do a quick recap before I end the video. So first off, the new Valencia zone, new zones, either the Valencia West zone all the way up until here only, not the rest of it, or the new zones of the 8k and 10k CP in Medea South and also in Valia. Okay, so that's for new zones. Now, other than that, I also touched on the Red Nose World Boss. It's the guy. Red Nose World Boss, enriched Red Nose World Boss. Okay. Then the other thing would be the Rally Enhancement, plus 3, maybe plus 3 cap first before plus 5. Then we have the Red Gear Crafting. We have the Resonance, both the Gear Enhancement and CP. Then we have the Red Relic, Red Lightstone, and Red Crystal. So based on that, right, I hope you guys know what to save up for, which is your Relic Fragments, your Lightstone Fragments, and even your spare crystals. Okay, so I hope the video is helpful for you guys in terms of planning your game in BDM Global itself for the next 1 to 2 months. And I thank everyone for watching this video. If you like this video and you feel that it's helpful to you, don't forget to like the video and also to subscribe at the bottom right corner over here. Alright, thanks everyone. See you guys next video.